Wednesday evening, on the 29th, a tragic midair collision happened in Washington, D.C. American Airlines regional jet carrying 64 individuals collided with the U.S. Army Black Hawk. I'm pretty sure everybody knows that, guys. It's still trending. Number one, the impact caused the jet to crash in the Potomac River, resulting in 0 survivors. And from talking with Tom, that river is only 7.5 feet deep, but you have about 7 to 8 minutes. My heart goes out, my prayers, the families, the victims. I don't know what it's like. Boom, and you're freezing if you survive, and you're gone like that. But following the incident, Ronald Reagan Washington Airport grounded all the flights. One of my friends was actually traveling, and he was grounded. The National NTSB, National Transportation Safety Board, they're investigating for what type of event happened. Now, among the 14 members, 14 of them were figure skating community. Did you guys know that? 14 of them, including a Russian figure skating couple, Shishkova and Vadim Nomov, who won the Olympic gold together in 1994. A pair of young sisters, Everly and Lydia Livingston, ages 11 and 14, were also among the lost in the crash. And the day before this event, guys, this is where, okay, God rest all their souls. Guys, nobody knows anything, and you probably won't know all the details because a lot of this stuff is classified. Who knows? Black boxes were recovered. I don't know if the Black Hawk had, because some Black Hawks don't have voice recorders, black boxes, which is weird. You think Black Hawk, black recorder. On January 28th, 2025, Republic Airways Flight 4514 had to abort its landing at Reagan International Airport due to a near miss with a helicopter. Weird. The Embracer E-175 was cleared to land on runway 14, but it executed a go-around maneuver after its collision avoidance system was issued a resolution advisory to avoid the traffic. Now, just to give you guys a heads up, this is Reagan International. They've had a couple of incidences just in the past year. And Connor, I know you said something since 2009.
Yeah, the FAA data shows that near misses, near collisions, midair things where planes flying in and out of airports almost hit each other have been escalating since 2009. Anybody here know a significant thing that took place in 2009 that might have been directly tied to federal airport
Change.
Hope and change.
Was it DEI? Was it honestly DEI?
Yeah, Barack Obama prioritized a lot of changes to the FAA among other federal departments. So there's a good chance that when the DEI push, and I know you're getting into that in a little bit with some of the more recent data, but these things have only been increasing, and it was just a matter of time before something like this happened. And it happened in probably the most horrific way possible. Is all the Boeing stuff that's happened in the last few years where doors rip off the side of planes and
did you see the
landing
memo
gear falls off? Like it's insane, but this is the worst one.
This is the worst one.
You see the memo they put out like last year? They said they're literally putting an emphasis to hire blind, deaf, and paralyzed people. And midgets.
As pilots?
As all
FAA.
Just in the FAA.
Okay.
Trust me.
To be inclusive.
I'm going to show you guys. I thought it was, by the way, I thought it was a joke. I genuinely, I'm like, listen, I'm all for people getting jobs. Hell, I do a comedy joke. I told you about the girl with Down syndrome that works at Publix. Like, I love, one of my best friends has Down syndrome. I'm all for that. When it comes to people's lot, she could hand out granola bars. I love her. God bless her. Me and Kelly have opinions about this girl. Her attitude is, yeah, she has Down syndrome, but she has an attitude, and it's horrible.
You should tell the story.
I will. At the end, I'll tell the story because I told this story, and Kelly's like, I hate that bitch.
Did I say that?
Kelly, you did, because you know exactly who I'm talking about. But, okay, so just in the past 4 years, guys, 4 years, Biden, March 27th, Republic Airways crossed paths with a United airplane that had been cleared for takeoff. April 18, 2024, a Southwest flight was cleared to cross her runway while JetBlue was commencing its takeoff on the same runway. In May 2029, American Airlines flight aborted its takeoff due to a Beechcraft Super King Air being cleared to land on the intersecting runway, and then cut to January 28th. We had that. What happened? Now, FAA's diversity and inclusion push. Guys, in June 2023, the FAA launched a national outreach program focused on diversity, equity, and inclusion, calling 2020 the year of inclusion. Kelly, can you scroll through, babe? It's the one that just has the document of, keep going, Kel. Keep going. Keep going. Nope. This right here. Kelly, can you zoom in on this? Guys, look at this right here. Now, National Outreach Program, the people, could somebody read that that's closer?
Yeah, targeted disabilities. The Secretary of Transportation has set a hiring goal of 3% per fiscal year for individuals with targeted severe disabilities.
Not just regular.
Yeah. Targeted disabilities are those disabilities that the federal government, as a matter of policy, has identified for special emphasis in recruitment and hiring. The targeted disabilities are hearing, total deafness in both ears, vision, blind, missing extremities, partial paralysis, complete paralysis, epilepsy, severe intellectual disability, psychiatric disability, and dwarfism.
The rest are actual disabilities. Is dwarfism a disability?
I mean, they
throw it in there.
They get the plaque.
Not as bad as being blind and deaf.
I know. Well, they get handicap preferential treatment. Like,
If you're
Think
supposed to be
about all the bullshit government jobs, like out of everything that you're trying to be inclusive with. Like, you could throw them in like a call center or something where you have to like follow people about traffic tickets. Like out the FAA. Out of all the bullshit.
And I just told before we started, I told Amy, I go, just like with Uber or Lyft, you get to see the profile, the guy, how many stars. They need to incorporate. If I'm getting on a flight, I want to be able to get on the American Airlines app, find out who's flying my plane. Dude, if it's a gay lesbian midget that can't hear, I'm off, number one. Number two, whoever's in the freaking tower, who is in the tower, how many years of experience? Because, bro, sometimes when they mess up and they do near misses and shit, there's supposed to be probation. No. Not when it comes to my life. And, guys, I know because we're kind of jumping around. Kelly, this is the video, guys. This is another angle. Rob, I don't know if you sent Kelly the other one. Did you?
I did.
Kelly has another one. Kelly, if you can get Rob, so look at, guys, the trajectory of this freaking helicopter. It's not budging. It's not moving. It's coming right for this freaking airplane. So, Kelly, I don't know. Can you play the one that...
Where do you send it?
No, just play the one that you had first. Play the one that you already have queued up, Kelly.
Text,
Guys,
but I'll send it in Slack, too.
He'll send it in Slack. Okay, Kelly, play this, guys. You tell me this isn't weird. Go ahead, my love. You see it? You see that dot? That's the chopper. That's the airplane.
The helicopter somehow got in the way.
It's not moving. It's flashing. The airplane is right. You know the airplane's there. It's a perfect, dude. You know how much timing you have to do to make this happen this perfect?
Yeah.
Look, Brennan. What are we talking about? Look, it's like a missile. It's like a slow missile.
That 4 people were pulled from the water.
Boom. What are we talking
Well,
about,
that's
guys?
31 seconds. I mean, that's as long as the clip, but that entire clip is tracing how long you can see both of them in frame. And it's 31
and
seconds.
You have the radar thing in front of you, like where you see other objects.
Of course, bro. It's so freaking weird.
Is
this
super
it?
Yeah, this is hard to watch.
Okay, this is hard to watch. But Kelly, this is like CNN showed this different angles. Go ahead.
Videos obtained exclusively by CNN show previously unseen angles of the collision between an American Airlines flight
That's the
and a
chopper.
US Army Black Hawk
And then
helicopter.
look at this dude.
In the first video, the Black Hawk can be seen flying at speed over the Potomac from the
Look
left
at it right
side of the
there.
screen.
Thanks for tracking, Kel.
The American Airlines
And then,
plane
oh
can
my
be seen
God,
flying
bro.
towards the airport before
Oh.
the two collide, causing a midair explosion and fall into the river.
You know what I saw last night?
But you know why? You know why
In a
that
second
bothers me?
video,
Watch
you
this
can
one.
see the Army
Oh,
helicopter
this is the one.
and
Second
American
Yeah, look at that,
Airlines
Cal.
plane travel
Look at that.
toward each other.
What are we
After
even
the collision
saying,
and
guys?
subsequent explosion,
What?
the airliner can be seen spinning into the water.
Bro, you know what that
And
looks
the Black
like?
Hawk is
Like,
also
you know what
seen
someone
falling
could
into the
argue to
water.
Like
say?
magnets.
That looks like a suicide mission. Whoever was on the helicopter was like, nope.
Well, Vin, you know what I saw yesterday? I saw that like as recent as last year, it was public knowledge that like Lockheed Martin had the ability to control Black Hawk helicopters remotely from 300 miles away.
I saw that video.
Which means that like we've been able to do it for 50 years. But I mean, is it DEI? Is it like remotely controlling the thing? Is it genuinely an accident? Those are probably the three
But,
options.
Brent, this is one of the most, guys, that's why I don't believe the hype. This is the most busiest, controlled airport. They are effing up. Dude, this is unexplainable. There's no reason. And then ready for this? And then Kelly, it's a video of the old guy. There's a video of an old guy that I have, babe. It says, reports later surfaced that you can keep finding. Yeah, it's an older guy. 3,000 top performing air traffic controller applicants were rejected. This is going to be it. But the FAA for guess what? Being white.
Wow.
Play this clip.
Representing Mountain States Legal Foundation as part of a class action on behalf of 900 plus would-be air traffic controllers. And so we brought this suit based on the FAA's change in its hiring practices. So it used to be that they would score a pre-employment test, and it would be based on merit. And all of our clients passed with flying colors. Many of them passed with 100% on this test. And the FAA decided that the pool of air traffic controller applicants was too white. So they flushed that initial test, and they adopted a biographical assessment, which you can already hear is an ominous term for a air traffic controller test. And unfortunately, our clients didn't pass that. And we allege that the FAA changed the test in order to gerrymander the racial pool.
Wow.
Okay, guys, and again, if you're one of those people that's like, no, we have to include, and do me a favor, shut the hell up. Okay, when it comes to my life, when it comes to, and mind you, me and Rob are already terrified of freaking flying. I want Tom Ellsworth, the biz doc, flying. I want the co-pilot. I want everybody to be old and white. And I'm Middle Eastern, and I'm saying this. I want white. I'm being funny, but at the same token, I want on the test, blind. I don't give a shit about color, height, dwarf, crippled eyes. No, you take the test and you hand it in, and we go, okay, this is the top 10. Oh, you're a midget? Okay, go. Yeah, whoever is the number one, because this is the problem. And I think, Amy, and then I want to go to you. I think Trump knows something, and they're not telling us, because I've heard that one of the co-pilots on the Black Hawk was a female, Joe Ellis or something like that.
Yeah.
This is all
trans,
right?
right?
Mind you guys, none of this is verified. It was floating around on X this morning. People were trying to verify it. Nobody knows. I think the co-pilot was a female, okay? Because the Black Hawk pilot had 1,000 hours of flying experience, which is very experienced. And the co-pilot was a female with 500. What?
So I just found a Facebook post. When did the accident happen?
Wednesday night.
Which was what date?
Right?
The
Today's
29th.
31st.
It was the 29th.
Wow.
29th. The
So
evening
I
of the-
just found a post on Facebook from January 29th at 1:12 p.m. This is from Michael Smirkonish, who is like a radio personality, conservative commentator, and he has an interview that he did with, wow, this is weird.
Get out of here.
He posted it, and look, Brandon, look at the
I
date.
believe it. Go, Rob.
January 29th, 1:12 p.m., Joe Ellis shares her journey of balancing 15 years of military service with the courage to live authentically as a transgender woman. She discusses Trump's military trans ban with her former employer, Michael Smirkonish.
No,
Wait,
Wow.
this is the person.
We don't know.
Allegedly, that they said was one of the
what Rob is
pilots.
saying is, and guys,
Kelly, I'm going
okay,
to send you this if you want to show it.
And this is why I'm happy, Rob, and I'm happy we're having this discussion. Guys, again, nobody knows. Nothing is verified. But DJT, Donald Trump, immediately was on the microphone, okay? By the way, it was so funny. Somebody at the briefing yesterday was like, are you going to visit the site? He goes, what site? You mean in the water?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
He said, you want me to go swimming?
Yeah,
Right. Oh my god.
yeah, not to make light of the situation.
Also, it was only like 6 miles from the White House. He's basically already there.
yeah, he's at the site. But so what was I saying about the girl?
Like female pilots.
The female pilot. Yeah. So I think, and Kelly, you have the clip of Trump. Trump, I think, knows something, guys. He's not saying it. He's not. I think he knows, but he's just respecting the process. So he's not saying nothing. Kelly, my love, go to the video. I think it's just Trump.
Well, it was a big deal that he came out, went to the press secretary room the other day, though. Like, that doesn't happen
What do you mean? He's
often.
been there 3 times already. He's talking.
Well, no,
every
like
day.
the actual briefing room.
Oh, yeah. Biden
It took
never
Biden
does.
1,300 days to go there.
Yeah, he doesn't do shit. Yeah, obviously. Why? All right, Kelly, play this.
Point out that various articles that appeared prior to my entering office, and here's one. The FAA's diversity push includes focus on hiring people with severe intellectual and psychiatric disabilities.
Oh.
That is amazing. And then it says FAA says people with severe disabilities are most underrepresented segment of the workforce, and they want them in, and they want them. They can be air traffic controllers. I don't think so. This was in January 14th, so that was a week before I entered office. They put a big push to put diversity into the FAA's program. Then another article, the Federal Aviation Administration. This was before I got to office, recently, second term. the FAA is actively recruiting workers who suffer severe intellectual disabilities, psychiatric problems, and other mental and physical conditions under a diversity and inclusion hiring initiative spelled out on the agency's website. Can you imagine? These are people that are, I mean, actually, their lives are shortened because of the stress that they have. Brilliant people have to be in those positions. And they'll.
Okay, so Kelly, so this interesting morning, Joe Ellis goes online to show the world it wasn't her flying the Black Hawk. And it's he sounds, I'm sending this to Kelly right now. Yeah. He is, I mean, it sounds like a dude, but that's trans, whatever.
So the internet was wrong. That's not the pilot of the helicopter.
So Kelly, check the VT leadership. I just sent it to you. That's that's it right there. So
this is the trans individual?
I guess it's a girl, Joe Ellis. Is he listen to his voice.
Hey. This is Joe Ellis.
Oh.
I am a Black Hawk pilot with Virginia Army National Guard.
Is it a guy?
I understand
Definitely.
some people have associated me with the crash in DC, and that is false. It is insulting to the families to try to tie this to some sort of political agenda. They don't deserve that. I don't deserve this. And I hope that you all know that I am alive and well, and this should be sufficient for you all to end all the rumors. I also have a statement. The Department of Defense is responsible for casualty notifications. There were no Virginia National Guard personnel on that Black Hawk that collided with the jetliner Wednesday evening. Thank you.
So who
What
was
a weird.
Wait,
The end part was really weird. I get the first part.
I have an official statement.
Who's on the who is on a Black Hawk? It's military. That's a military aircraft.
Hegseth spoke on it. He said it was like a routine flying operation or something.
So I thought it was the opposite. I thought that it was a continuance of government. They were doing some type of routine training, but it was for a continuance of government. Did anybody else read that?
I saw Hegseth's statement. He said what it was like on record.
Listen,
very weird how they tried to blame Trump and Hegseth and Elon right away. Like,
of course.
Like initially, there's a ton of articles coming out saying like, "Oh, this is because Trump cut this. It's because this
person
quit."
Of course.
Like,
Because
in 9
I guess
days.
the FAA guy quit. But these are just listen. There shouldn't be any leeway or any I'm not lowering the standards for anything when it comes to flight. I am absolutely.
Like you said, if it's the best person for the job, right? I mean, you can have a quality of opportunity for people, but when you start to get into the realm of mandating and forcing a quality of outcome, like I said a couple of shows back, not only in my perspective is that the most offensive thing you can do for someone is to say you could only be successful on the merit of your whiteness, or you can only be in this position on the basis that you're black, woman, gay, whatever it may be. It's offensive. But clearly, it's really freaking dangerous as well. People's lives are at risk. Me personally, I've never had a fear of flying. My whole life, I've been taking flights. But nowadays, seeing all this DEI stuff come into place. Vinny, I actually wanted to ask you, because we were talking about being scared of flying before the show.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't you say you had a story about Southwest?
Yeah, you ready for
Airlines
near
or
miss,
something?
near whatever?
Yeah.
Me and Damon Wayans Jr. did a show in Las Vegas. It's a 45-minute flight, depending on if the pilot is speeding or not. We're coming into landing back home to Los Angeles. I'm on a Southwest flight. And it's I'm talking about have you ever come through where it's beautiful up there? You go through the storm and it's dark and it's gray, and then you see the ground.
Yeah.
We're coming through. I'm in the window seat aisle, empty, and then David Wayne Jr. And we're like this. He's looking out my window. I'm looking out my window, and now we've descended through the clouds. And then all of a sudden, Amy, it clears. Now we see the ground. I get nauseous just thinking about it. We look. There's a Southwest flight landing underneath, down
right
there.
underneath you. Oh my gosh.
And ready for this? Not one word. Nobody. He grabs me, and we go. The pilot just pulls up. Have you ever been on one of these? This is the third time. This is 3 times it's happened to me. When there's a problem or they yell up, 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 the pilot just guys. And we're like, nobody's saying a word. And then, because now you know what they have to do. Now this is happening. They all, because there's a line of people. The airport doesn't stop.
Right.
They're all told to slow the fuck down, or they all start circling. Because we have to go around. There's a gap. You come in and then we land. Guys.
Oh my God.
Nobody says a word. I walk to the cockpit with Damon when we get off. And we both walk in there. We're like, so, not even, Kelly, not even my bad.
Right.
And I mean, thank God it was because like I said, if it was a gay midget lesbian with red hair, I'd have been like, oh, get it. But no, see, in that moment, that's air traffic control, not
doing their
who
job.
the hell is in charge, bro.
So you talk about near misses that have been increasing. And we talked about this a couple episodes ago. It's not just, oh, everyone's more comfortable with a white male pilot. You need Captain Sullenberger up there to be comfortable. Because if there's a white dude who looks like Rob in the cockpit, just like scraggly beard, flannel, it's like, okay, this guy's gonna kill all of us.
Masturbates profusely.
Right. Well, you need like the middle-aged, Midwestern white guy, white hair, clean uniform. Anything else is, I'm gonna die on this flight for sure.
Yeah, it's not one.
I just want someone who's qualified.
That's it, Kelly. Go ahead, Rob.
I found this clip. So this is Pete Hegseth saying that the mission that the Black Hawk helicopter was involved in was, in fact, a continuity of government mission, which, according to WUSA, it says continuity of government refers to the plan in place to keep the government up and running in case of a major catastrophe or attack on Washington. Here's a clip of Pete Hegseth stating that.
Go.
Sorry.
And CW2, Chief Warrant Officer. On a routine annual retraining of night flights on a standard corridor for a continuity of government mission. The military does dangerous things. It does routine things.
Oh.
Yeah, so I don't know. Continuity of
you know,
government.
continuity of
mission.
government means, yeah, they have to keep if just in case. Like, who was on that thing then? That's.
Well, they said if it was a routine flight, they were just training for how to execute one of those operations.
Yeah, I mean, listen, and again, guys, tragedy, horrible prayers for every single person, the children, everybody on both the airplane and the freaking chopper. We need to find out. We're not going to find out for a while, but I want to hear the black box audio recording of the Black Hawk. What were they? Because by the way, apparently they almost 2 times that same path they were converted. Whoever was flying that thing didn't know what they were doing. That's my opinion, because I saw the flight path and they were just doing some erratic stuff. But until we find out, thoughts and prayers for those families. So if you like this clip, click right here, and if you want to see more like it, click right here. Stay angry, Patriots.